Hello and welcome to part 3 of this Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be going over creating the Minecraft character, that's Steve. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to be using the skin texture as my reference simply because it's not a complex model and it basically has all the proportions there for me. So let me just grab my image texture and move it over so that it's not in the way. Okay. Actually, I'll just reset it and move to a different layer. Okay. And let's get started modeling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a cube. And this is going to be his face. So let's scale it down, line it up with his face. Okay. And again, excuse the blurriness. I don't know how to change the filter size. So yeah, we're kind of stuck with this for now. So next, we're going to create the torso. Now, before we do this, I'm going to quickly go to the right view. Actually, yeah. Let's rotate this all 90 so it's pointed up. Rotate X, 90. So now if we view from the front. Okay, and so this part right here, that area, not the area with the cube, but the area where my mouse is, that is the torso. So I'm going to just place the cube there and move it down to be the height. And I'm going to view right and grab this guy and move it till I have the width of the torso, which is right here. So let me get this lined up right about there. Okay. And we're just going to move this down slightly. Okay. Perfect. I did make this head a little bit off position funny. It's actually supposed to be a bit higher. And then we can move the torso up. Okay. And we're just going to position this right here. And Shift S selection to grid if you want, because that way everything will line up nicely. Just make sure it didn't screw anything up on the side here. And I don't think it did. Okay, we're good. Alright, so view front. And let's get on to the arms. So what we're going to do for the arms is we're going to add a plane for the upper shoulder and then scale it down. And I have the arm right here. This part right here is the shoulder, so we don't want to model with that. We want to just model this part down. So extrude that down, and there we have the length of the arm. And we're just going to position it right there. So basically all you have to do, after I just snap these to the grid. Alright, view, right. Okay. And we're going to move the torso in a little bit. Okay. So all you have to keep in mind when modeling them is if you don't have a reference, just make sure that the width of the head is the same as the width of the body, because that's what it is in this reference. And let me view front again. The legs are, I think, the same width as the arms. Let me see. Yes, they are. They're exactly the same width, except they're positioned right here. And we can snap that to the grid. Oh, wait. Oh, I lied. They're not that wide. They're a little bit thinner. Okay. And there. Actually, I'm starting to wonder if I screwed up. I think I screwed up the arms a little bit. Should be a little bit thinner. And that length. Like this guy. So yeah, Shift S, selection to grid. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too wide. No. Oh. Okay. There. Okay. Alright, there it goes. And do the same for the other side. Snap it to the grid. And all we have to do now is move these down. Okay. And that looks like a Minecraft man right there. Now, I haven't used mirror modifier up until now, and that's because it wasn't really necessary. But now it actually makes sense to use it. Okay, so we're gonna just split the body down the center, delete, and add a mirror modifier. And we have our center screwed up, so let's just turn on clipping and scale it in there. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is merge this part. Actually, let's turn off clipping quickly so we can separate the legs, because we don't want them to be joined at the bottom. But we do want an empty space right here, because having faces in there is not desirable in any way. And there were two there because there was one for the torso and one for the leg. And those faces are really bad. They'll screw up your subsurf modifier. They'll screw up all your normals and everything. So don't have any faces inside the model, whatever you do. It causes so many issues. It's not even sensible to do it. So just yeah. Anyway, let's remove the doubles now. And you'll notice that I did leave this edge right here. And, well, it's not really the best thing to do. I could just go in here and add an edge loop and then join it right here. But then you have to worry about rigging shoulders and everything. And I don't really care too much. Because the arms kind of separated in Minecraft anyway, so it's not really that much of an issue. I mean, if you could even separate this from the body if you wanted. I'm not going to do that. I just like having some sort of connection point so that if we warp it, it'll like move the, I guess, like collarbone area around a little bit. But right now I just don't really care enough to do a full face between the armpit. Okay, so I feel like I put his legs too short. Front. I think I did. I'm just gonna move this up slightly because that's bugging me. Proportionally, a human has their arms going down to a little bit above their knees. So when it's down here, it looks really funny because, I mean, Minecraft isn't proportionally accurate in any way, but at least you want to keep it a little bit closer. Okay, so there we have that, and I think we're ready to unwrap it. So what we're going to do is just, oh, one more thing before we do that, is we're going to add some extra topology in here for the rig, because we don't want any issues with like, we want bendable limbs, and that's one of the cool things about animations that you don't get in Minecraft by default. There are mods to do it, but yeah, we're gonna just create some extra topology for our object. So what I'm doing here, wait, let me count that again quickly so I get an even number on both sides. What I'm doing is I'm just pressing Control R and scrolling up to get extra edge loops, and I'm going to get 13 on this side. And then in the new version of Blender, you can actually slide all the edge loops, which is cool, but we don't really need that right now. So just right click Oops, I must have left clicked. 13. Click, right click, and boom. It'll stick it in the middle. So we need to do 13 on this side. Click, left click, right click. Okay, and then for this, we're gonna do 15, right click, and 15, right click. Alright. And now we have enough topology to bend our mesh. So now, just because we don't want our mesh to look flat when we're doing this, we're going to create a smooth modifier. And then we're going to add an edge split modifier to fix up all the edges. And we're only going to use sharp edges. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select sharp edges. And, oh wait, is there a face still there? There may be a face. Did I remove doubles? I'm sure I removed doubles. Okay, I did remove doubles. Well, just deselect this bit. Blender's getting confused there. So we're going to just deselect this part right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to Control-E, mark sharp, and this modifier will be splitting along those. Oh wait, did I get the normals? Yeah, that was it. Normals were incorrect. Control-N to recalculate your normals. Alright, so yeah, we want sharp edges only, because now we can have these edges at 90-degree angles and they'll stay smooth, which is awesome. Especially for the animation when we get there. So yeah, let's unwrap it now. So again, let's select the sharp edges. Sharp edges. Boom. Okay, did we get this one right? Yeah, we got that one. So select sharp edges, and then we're going to Control-E, mark seam. And the reason I'm doing this, I could unwrap it correctly, but it doesn't really matter in this instance, because if we do that, we're going to have to split them off anyway when we get our skin set up, unless I unwrapped it to the skin, which takes more thought than it's worth. So yeah, just mark all the edges, all the sharp edges. So now, let me recalculate my normals, because Blender is not viewing them correctly. That's because this is kind of funny. Blender gets has issues if you've got edges like this. You're just gonna have to manually select that arm and unwrap it, recalculate the normals manually. So let's view front, and there, I think, yeah, we got that face. Then just get all these faces, and I'm using the circular select, which you can get by pressing C, and then if you scroll up and down you can change the brush size. Right click will cancel, well, it won't cancel it, I think escape cancels it, but it will exit the tool. And then we can just box select those. Okay. And Control-N to recalculate the normals, because they were being screwed up before, and now they're perfect. They're just perfect. Okay. And I need to recalculate that one. Boom. Think I got them all. Yep. Alright. So now if we unwrap. Okay, what did I do? Oh, it was inside. Okay. Okay, that was kind of weird. I think my mouse may be dying. Alright. Okay, so image, open image, and we're gonna open my, actually we don't need to because it's already loaded in, so all we have to do is select Steve from our drop-down list. So unwrap. Alright. And now it looks like the normals are all screwed up, and it's not true because it's just viewing alpha now. So all we have to do now is line things up. Now that I've finished unwrapping, we're going to go and add a texture to it. So, create a new texture. I'm going to turn off specularity, or at least turn it down. And we're going to load in a texture. So, new image. And open. Let's see. Where is... Oh, wait. I already have it in. I keep doing that. So, Steve... Oh, did I miss the back of the arm? I believe I did. Let me just check. Yep, I did. Last one. Okay. Right there. Okay. Let me make sure that lined up, though, so we don't have any issues later on and have to adjust it. Okay. There we go. So we use the UV. First of all, make sure you check UV. Then we're going to turn off map, turn off interpolation, and we're going to set the filter to box and set its size to 0. So now we're going to have a sharp pixelized image. So now if we view camera, and I rotate this and set my border size to be around Steve, we get this. And it looks like I did indeed miss a few UVs, or at least mess them up. So yeah, I'm gonna just quickly go back and fix that. That's all the texturing. That's all I have this time. UVing, texturing, modeling the character. Next time we're going to get into the rigging, and we're also going to be doing a walk cycle in future animations. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fit it in next time, because we will be setting up a usable rig. We'll be using a little bit of IK, and yeah, that's all I have for you guys this time. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit the like button. If you missed my last video, I did mention that Blender Stock Exchange has now been made public. It's public beta still. So yeah, make sure to check that out. I'll have a link in the description. It's a great way to ask questions if you have any type of Blender issues, because there are tons of people who know a lot about it. And I'm on there sometimes too, so if you have need any help, I'll be happy to help out. Also, I am on IRC sometimes, and if you aren't on there or don't know what that is, go to freenode.net, and irc.freenode.net is where the Blender IRC is. And if you want to learn more about Blender, there's another place to go. By the way, to those of you who don't know, IRC is basically a giant chat room. Okay? So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys this time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. And I'll see you all later.